part of a forum. Go there, go talk, speak something about you and your organization. Talk about the skill sets that you are aware of. People will be there to listen to you, and definitely if you are accepted, they'll respond back by just clapping hands, which will encourage you to go to the next level. We have never left anybody to be what they are. We always want them to be what we want them to be. That's the biggest mistake that we do in today's sprint.
Having the right skill is one aspect, and how to promote that effectively is another aspect.
Yes.
So, how do you think, or what platforms should individuals choose to promote their skills?
Yeah, I have a good answer for that, but I want to ask you the same question. How do you want to promote yourself, if at all you want to promote yourself?
This is one way I'm doing,
Okay.
promoting you as well as a talent acquisition head.
Right.
And I write.
Okay.
And I speak to a lot of people regarding interviews, and then that's where my expertise comes in, whether it is content or interviewing.
Very good.
So, also interacting with people from different domains. So that kind of helps me to have an edge over how things go on and how I should kind of have a proper track and involve in every activity that I do. And then
you're almost there.
Yeah.
You're almost there. Today, people think a lot to talk to people and connect with people, right? Today, I have certain skills. How do I project it outside? I don't know. I want to stick into one particular circle and say, boss, I'm a hero. I'm a hero to myself. But how will others know? Nobody wants to try it out. Nobody wants to take a risk of connecting with people and trying to interact with them, trying to acquire knowledge, talking to people, right? So, there are a few things that we can definitely do. Attending forums, right? Attending forums, it can be technology, it can be any forum. Be a part of a forum. Go there, go talk.
Right.
Speak something about you and your organization. Talk about the skill sets that you are aware of. People will be there to listen to you, and definitely if you are accepted, they'll respond back by just clapping hands, which will encourage you to go to the next level. It's not that we human beings make a very simple mistake that we know everything. End of the day, when you go to a forum, you're lost. People talk AI this side, people talk about Gen X this side. They talk about everything. But end of the day, you don't understand anything because you are in that circle saying that I know everything. So, what I do basically is when I get into these kind of forums, I don't see who talks, okay? If I get an opportunity, I try to talk. Even if I'm wrong, I'm fine. I want to learn, right? I want to talk. I want to get off that fear. I basically, I'm afraid of speaking in front of people, okay?
That is so not true.
No, actually, that's how it was. It was. Okay. I mean, I get really. I start sweating.
Jittery.
I get jittery. I get so confused of what I'm going to do in front of people. All this happens before the discussion. But the moment I'm there on the spot, it totally changes. People's energy changes my energy. And I end of the day, I do not talk what I have planned, but then I talk whatever I am there in par with other people, right? It's like you definitely need to know the subject, but you can talk anything under the subject, right?
Yes.
So when you start interacting the way people want you to, or the language that people speak, you are accepted.
Right.
That's where and after the discussion, people will come and talk to you. You did a wonderful job. So that is a booster for you, right? Many people will come and talk to you. They say, boss, good job. Today, we all look for appreciations, right? But we hardly get appreciations. In many organizations, the junior developers or the senior developers do an amazing job, but the managers fail just to appreciate or to just pat on the back and say, boss, you did a wonderful job. Because of you, we did this. Because of you, we achieved this. Had you told that small appreciation, a word of appreciation to that person, he will definitely be, he'll give you all that he has in terms of his commitment to do additional work for you. Because he just looks for that kind of few words that will help him to, boost his energy. Appreciation is something which definitely we need to do. And coming back to, our topic. Interacting definitely helps, and you have so many social media platforms today to showcase what you are skilled in.
Yeah, as we discussed, LinkedIn
Yeah.
was one of the platforms.
You have so many other platforms where you today we are not only looking at a resume as a word format. We have PDF, we have videos, right? We have CVs getting explained through audios, right? So we have audio visual, way of also getting resumes. So we are progressing day by day, right? So how do we progress is what you have to think about, and not sit back and say, boss, I know everything. I cannot go and ask them to come and go. No, doesn't work. If we want something, we have to go behind that, and that will definitely give us success.
In our earlier episodes, like you mentioned, you go to these universities and colleges and do the pre-placement talk. So when you go to such places, I'm sure there would be highly skilled, highly talented students around. When you go to such places, do they use that platform to show that they have this particular talent? You have
Very
students
much,
coming
very
up like
much,
that?
very much, very much. You get that cream of people when you enter, right? When you ask one question, the first question that you ask, everybody is silent because they are assessing you the moment, everything goes on in their mind saying that if I answer, what this guy is going to respond. So they look at me, my attitude, my body language, my level of acceptance, everything they observe in the first question. The moment I say, come on, open up, there's no wrong answers. The next question that I ask, everybody puts up their hand and says, sir, 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 sir. They want to speak lots, but they are not given an opportunity to express themselves. We have never left anybody to be what they are. We always want them to be what we want them to be. That's the biggest mistake that we do in today's trend. Right? The moment we understand if I understand who Yamini is, and if I just want to extract what skill that you have, that is more than enough. Something that I can get it done from you, be it content or be it hosting an event, you do it really well. So that is more than enough for me. I cannot, I should not come to you and say that, no, 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 don't do that, don't do that. I'll tell you something, you do that. Then it will be a failure. Right? So allow them to speak. They have n number of questions. Of course, they are freshers, so they will have doubts. They'll have questions. They'll have a lot of things popping in their mind. So
they can be molded in different ways. In fact, once they get in touch with the right person, as you as a resource person, when you go there, you have insights to give because they are freshers. So as per freshers, what they need to know, that is something that you deliver there.
Right.
So maybe once they get in touch with people like that, and when it comes to experienced people, as in these were students, but if they are experienced, who have certain work experience somewhere, when they want to kind of have that or feel the relevance, they will again approach those industry leaders and stay in touch with them.
Right. That's basically called networking.
Yes.
When you start networking with people, I think you will have a lot of ideas to talk to people, as in what to talk and what to ask questions. I mean, what kind of a suggestion that you can ask, to whom do you ask, and whom to approach, when to approach. All this you will get.
Because somewhere they need to be that inquisitiveness in them should spark, and
very much.
They need to get involved in that kind of communication.
Very much, very much. See, either you have to network with people, coordinate, and grow up, or you need to show up with your skills. Perform in any of these social media platforms, try to show off your skills, and then come up. There are so many ways. So either of this, if you adapt, I think it will be a very good opportunity for others to also know what you are good at.
Right.
And it will give an opportunity for others to validate, like, hey, wow, he's doing something different. Very important. A value add for a company, maybe why don't we hire him?
Correct.
So that's where we add value to the organization when you do something different. The uniqueness which we are talking about,
correct.
Everybody wants to see something that is unique in you. Not the same thing that everybody does. Somebody enters something and goes, the same thing you come and do. For that, why you need to be unique, right?
Yes.
So that's something which every organization expects today. What is something special in you?
Yeah. Because everything is changing. Methodologies are changing, processes are changing, and if we don't stay relevant, we may not make any sense.
Correct.
Being part of the organization, we may not do proper justice to our role as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So first impressions are something that we all take very seriously. So how do you think, or how crucial it is to have a brand personality, or promote oneself as a brand, and how professionals can build theirs.
How many of us think ourselves as brand ambassadors for our own organizations?
I mean, it one is you feel a sense of belonging, and how well they're able to contribute, and how well the organization appreciates their contribution automatically. I mean, it's a vice versa kind
Right.
of a thing.
What I would say here is like the moment you are hired by an organization, you become the brand ambassador. You can be a technical guy, you can be an operations guy, you can be a management, doesn't matter. The moment you are hired, you join an organization, you become a brand ambassador. If this gets into your mind, I think you yourself will project yourself in such a way that you are the brand ambassador for the organization. You build your own brand. You have your own brand for yourself, right?
But before the person joins the organization, he or she needs to have a brand personality, right?
They will definitely have. See, that's what. So, if a fresher joins an organization, from that time onwards, it's like when you get an offer from an organization, you already imagine that you're there in the organization. I hope all of us do that, right? Even before you, even if you have 60 days or 90 days of notice period, the moment you get your offer letter, you start imagining the workstations, your manager whom you interacted with, how is it going to be, how the travel is going to be, all that you start imagining. Why don't you also imagine yourself as a brand ambassador for that organization, talking for your organization? Not necessarily only a salesperson or a business relevant person needs to act as a business, brand ambassador. We ourselves can do that, but we hardly take any pain, right? It's just that we go, we do our work, we get paid, we enjoy that, and then we leave it off. How many of us own the organization? I feel very proud being a brand ambassador, for Inspresses. Wherever I go, I ensure that the organization is branded in such a way that people look up to you and say, okay, which organization again? Inspresses, right? So they come up with the name by themselves. Inspresses, okay, okay. And wherever I go, I say Isaac from Inspresses, right? So how well do you gel with words? How well do you gel with people with the words that you want to speak? How do you brand yourself? That's one kind of a branding. Another way to look at this is like, what do you speak? What language do you speak? Do you speak the language that people want to hear, or do you want to speak only the things that you want to speak? Only when you speak, people who want to hear certain things, when you speak that in that particular forum, you'll be accepted and you will be applauded for the same. So make sense of the topic that is being spoken around you. Try to involve in
That can build engagement.
Very true. The words that you use, very important to work on all these. I think if you do this itself, your brand increases, your brand value increases. Today,
Also, sorry to interrupt,
Yeah,
but also I feel somewhere, now a person to become a brand, they need to have some innate qualities. Like it can work both personally and professionally. One is certain values or principles that a person follows, like adheres to, like very strictly, and once you interact with such a person, you know that you know you can't go on with certain kind of a nonsense with that person. That person looks at certain things, has a vision about certain things, and sticks to what he or she says and follows those principles. So that also gives a weightage to that person's character in a way, right? And somewhere that elevates that person to a level where automatically they start seeing that person as a role model. Don't you think so?
very much. Something flashed me, flashes now. How good are you as a process implementer, right? Or how good are you in streamlining things? Today, my team, if something is required, they follow process. We are known for our process, right? And we don't deviate any process. Rather, we teach process and then we ensure that it is being done. And we are known for that. And we are brand ambassadors in the HR team, right? And why are we called as brand ambassadors? Because we teach them the process that is being followed in the Inspresses, and we want them to also follow the same thing, right? And we have our own value. People value us because of the process that we follow. A few of them will say, it's okay, we'll do it tomorrow. I will say, I'm very sorry. I know it is tough, but then you need to go through that. Only then we'll be able to move to the next level. We take a stand. We pause anybody who stands and
Right.
say, boss, you have to do this. then we will move further. We'll help you in whatever means that you want. We will help you, but then you need to definitely stick on to the process.
Yes.
So we streamlined in such a way that everybody follows. Today, everybody knows what we are. That's the brand value that we have created in the TA team, right? So hats off to all my team members that they are very strong in the process. They would want this to happen in the way that it has to be happening, and they ensure that doing it. Everybody does it. So I think this definitely gives you an answer that you have to stick on to the core values of what you exactly want to be, of what you exactly see, right? What is the commitment level that you give to the organization by showing what skills. All these are very important. I think I've answered your question.
Yeah, I mean, it is all. I to add to what you said. Since you mentioned your team, and this cannot go without consistency and discipline.
Definitely.
That is something many of us fall short of, but it's like a deliberate and conscious effort to stay consistent and maintain certain discipline, and that's how we would be able to present ourselves. The moment people hear the term discipline, it is like they take it too seriously, or someone who cannot be mingled with easily or something like that. But when it comes to following or having certain way of working, or even in personal life, that's where people will look up to and would want to engage with you, know how you do things, and you may never know that you will probably be their role model as well.
Maybe. My suggestion is that all of us to be role models for somebody, right? Without you thinking that way. I don't think we will also stick on to something and say that I want to do this. We should have some vision.
Yeah.
My vision was to have everything in place, streamlined, which is like, yes, we are on track.
You're on that
already.
path,
Yeah.
right.
So the moment you visualize and see that I want to take these things in such and such way, that matters a lot. And the same thing has to be cascaded to your team. When I alone think this is my vision and my team is not aware about this, I don't think we are heading in somewhere, right?
Correct.
We're going to get hit very badly.
Yes.
But when I do that to my team, when I explain that this is what it is, can we all join together and do, there is a one yes from everybody.
Yeah.
I think that's where we win as a team.
Also, like, as I understand, when you had a huge number of members in your team, there's so much of reworking that you also will have to do on your part, right? I mean, for that matter, anybody, they need to work so much on themselves first to lead somebody.
Definitely, yeah.
So when we say leaders, and when we have people who are both amateur and experienced, they will still want to know how you are taking them ahead. So it plays such an important role. One is you be consistent, one is you maintain discipline, one is you follow, adhere to your principles and values, and that shows your personality.
Very true.
And if that personality is really impacting positively, then yes, the team is also going in the right direction.
Very much. Only one thing that you need to follow when you're along with your team is like, don't shun them off for anything.
Yes.
Allow them to be themselves. Listen to them, talk to them, try to understand their ideas. Even if you're not able to, that doesn't matter. Just hear them out. They'll feel very happy and proud that, hey, my boss has heard me. Right?
Yes.
That they feel so happy hearing, that you have heard them. And they go and tell to everybody that today I had a discussion, my discussion was excellent. Right? Like every review, when we come after the review, all our faces will be like this only. Yeah. Right? But somewhere or the other, somebody would have heard you and you would have felt really happy that, hey, that person heard me. Right. So you feel thankful for that person. It can be that person who snubbed you also. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But he still heard you.
Yeah, that moment there was a patient listening from that person. Yes.
That gives you, that pulls your energy up and you say, yes, I can do it a little more. Okay. The next review, the entire thing changes. And a positive vibration still helps you to prevail in that place. So that's very important.
You touched upon networking is very important as it opens doors for new opportunities.
Yes.
How do you think individuals can strengthen that part?
Try to enroll yourself in any of the online forums or maybe even the live forums. Be a part of them. Attend regular meetings. Connect with people. Network. Everything is actually an opportunity. If you see things as an opportunity, it's an opportunity for you. right? And in case if you find that you want some advices, you want somebody to help you out, look for mentorship. There are so many people, right? I've been mentoring a lot of students, and I've been mentoring even professionals who want to grow in this line. So they are ready to listen to you, but who's there to give them direction?
Hmm.
So I met a few people where they are very much happy about it. They want to, upskill them, upgrade themselves, do a lot of things, think creatively, do something, innovate, enjoy what they're doing. That's what in today's world you need to enjoy what you're doing. It should not be just you go do something and come out and say, boss, I did this. That's not going to work. You should be proud of doing whatever you're doing, right? So look for mentors. I think we've spoken enough about this. I don't want to give more and more advices where it'll be too heavy for us, and finally we end up saying that it is too depressing for me to hear so many things.
No, it is definitely not depressing because the demand is such. Staying upgraded and upskilling oneself is the need of the hour. And if that doesn't happen, again, coming back to the same point of being relevant,
Correct.
we miss out on that. And throughout the conversations that I've had with you, not just this episode, even the earlier episodes, there is a strong emphasis on connection,
Right.
engagement, and
Positive impression.
first impressions,
Positive impression.
positive, positivity with the people that you connect. I mean, of course, that first we ourselves have to, exude that so much that you get the same response from the other person.
Come out of your comfort zone.
Coming out of the comfort zone, yes. And in this episode, you again reiterated on how important it is to connect with people,
Reach out to people.
reach out to people who are not just from your organizations, but from probably the same domain that you belong to.
Definitely.
And now you mentioned forums and also online communities, other online communities. So it's a lot of work. Upskilling, though, it sounds difficult, but it is also difficult to do. But if you want to stay relevant, I think all of us need to upskill. It takes a lot of effort. I think one step at a time, like you pointed out earlier. So that will help us. So this, we come to the conclusion with the series of talent acquisition. How do you feel about this?
That smile gives you the answer. I hope I enjoyed this completely, and wonderful interacting with you, and the questions that you have prepared are really I was looking forward for those questions actually, and the discussion we had was never an interview kind of a question answer kind of a session. It was more of like what is required for us today, and what is required for people who are coming out of colleges today, and what is there for about people who are laterals, who are already experienced, and what is required in today's world. Right? That is what we had actually spoken, and I think we made a lot of sense by talking practical things, not just an imaginary stuff or just theoretical stuff, but then the practical stuff that we spoke about, and a lot of exchanges in terms of ideas. I think I've been very practical in explaining a lot of things, and I feel happy about it. And I wish at least one or two will definitely, follow whatever we spoke. And I think that's the victory that we get for this video that we actually record. And thanks for the opportunity, first of all, for choosing me to be a part of this discussion.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time, because each one of us, especially when it comes to HR department, you all are completely, you have so much on your plate.
But people say we are the vetty officers of the day, right? So
no, but since we see you every day and you all are so occupied most of the time, it's difficult to get that free time. But I'm glad that we could make this, and the topics that we discussed were mainly, for the general audience, and also the fresh joiners, as well as for the experienced ones. So I've also had good knowledge inputs, insights from you. So certain things which I was also not aware of, I think I got it from you throughout these episodes. So thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
So now that we come to the conclusion, all that we covered under the umbrella of talent acquisition in today's episode, especially with upskilling, the importance of upskilling, and how networking plays a huge role in an individual's life is something that, as I rightly pointed out, with various points. So yes, has been a wonderful experience so far, and we'll come up with some more new episodes with a new guest. Until then, stay tuned. This is the Thought Fade. Bye bye.